Got myopia and presbyopia? Think ignoring it balances myopia and presbyopia? Wrong! Myopia makes distant vision blurry. Presbyopia makes near vision blurry. Having both means everything looks blurry. Today we're covering autofocus glasses. We've talked about what causes presbyopia and the pros and cons of eye drops. Today, I want to share another new technology in development that may help slow vision decline. These liquid crystal glasses were jointly developed by National Yangming Chiao Tung University and Inalux. They break physical limits with autofocus, offering an ultra-wide field of view and the clearest image at all times. This August, the research was published in the leading journal Physical Review Applied. It was also featured by the American Physical Society. That shows how much attention it has received. I'm Dr. Zheng Dingjing. Can this technology really end presbyopia for good? What are its practical and technical limits? Most importantly, how long until mass production and launch? If you haven't subscribed, now's the time. Join me as we use science to unlock a healthier, longer life. Why do our eyes age? And for people with myopia, it's even worse. We've covered the causes of presbyopia in a full episode before. If you haven't seen it, click here. Now, let's do a quick recap for everyone on what presbyopia is. Simply put, when we're young, the crystalline lens in our eyes is like a piece of springy jelly. At the brain's command, it can round up or flatten out. It can refocus as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog. But after 40, that jelly turns into hard candy. No matter how hard the ciliary muscle tries, the lens won't refocus. As a result, near point shifts back. You hold phone farther till arms fall short. At that point, if you're nearsighted, you may think, I already have myopia, so it'll offset presbyopia as I age. Can eyesight return to perfect? Well, people, you're too naive. Myopia offsets presbyopia theory comes from those with 300-degree myopia. Without glasses, their focal point lands at a distance of about 33 centimeters, so reading feels just right. But once they look up at cute girls, guys, or the bus, everything is still blurry. With over 1,000-degree high myopia, you can't even see up close. You have to hold your phone to your nose to see it clearly. Myopia and presbyopia don't offset each other. Instead, it's double trouble. You'll need two pairs of glasses, concave for far, convex for near. Constantly switching glasses is the worst part of presbyopia. So if that's such a hassle, why not combine both into one? Exactly. That's the most common solution today. They're called progressive lenses. It's a clever design that lets people with myopia and presbyopia manage with one pair, but hard for some people to adapt to. That's not because they're poorly made, but because traditional optics has to obey a law of physics called trading space for focal length. Think about it. Inside a lens this small, space is limited. You need to fit in distance, intermediate, and near 3 focal zones. So we have to sacrifice part of the field of view. Once you put them on, you have to retrain your brain. When you're walking and looking ahead, if you glance into the reading zone below, the floor can look like it's rising up and startle you. If you want to look to the side, you can't just move your eyes. You have to, like a robot, turn your whole head, using your nose to follow the one focal point that works. So it feels like you're not controlling the glasses. The glasses are actually controlling you. And in fact, for elderly people of advanced age, it's really dangerous. Optometry and Vision Science published an analysis of 281 adults aged 65 and older. It found that among people who regularly wear multifocal lenses, the fall rate was the highest. It was about twice that of bifocal lens wearers. If you don't wear glasses, there's another option: intraocular lens replacement. For patients with severe cataracts, it's a real lifesaver. After surgery, the world looks clearer, but it is still invasive surgery. Risks involve infection, inflammation, and lens dislocation. Besides cataracts, older adults may also have other eye diseases, such as retinal detachment and macular degeneration. These patients fit multifocal intraocular lenses worse. If you're interested in new tech for macular degeneration, we have another episode. It covers a technology in development. Click the link below to catch up and to let the intraocular lens handle both distance and near vision. It usually has to rely on diffraction. In some situations, like driving at night and looking at streetlights, you may get glare or slightly reduced contrast. Though most people can adapt, it still isn't right for every lifestyle. Well, we're in a tricky spot. Multifocal glasses are safe, but the view gets chopped up. Surgery is more direct, but it comes with risks and optical trade-offs. Do we really have no third option? The team at NYCU and Innolux Corporation may have a revolutionary answer. Maybe we no longer need to truly trade space for focal length and can instead solve it with time. For the past 100 years, eyeglass lenses have been pretty passive. It's just solid glass or plastic. Once they're ground into shape, that's what they stay. But this liquid crystal lens changes the game. It's an active optical element. This lens is dynamic. We no longer rely on lens thickness to bend light. Instead, electricity controls how the molecules align. When you're out walking, the lens works fully in distance mode, so you can see far clearly, like full-screen 4K vision. But the next second, when you look at your phone, it can instantly switch to full near correction. No distortion, no blind spots. Quick switch. Just the full, clear view you truly should have had all along. If the lens is flat with no change in thickness, how could light bend on its own? Oh, the real trick lies in a clever optical sleight of hand. It's called gradient refractive index grin. A traditional lens is like a glass slide. It has to be thick in the middle and thin at the edges to effectively force light to gently bend. But this liquid crystal lens, developed by NYCU and Innolux, is different. Its surface is completely flat, but inside are millions of tiny liquid crystal soldiers. Normally, they're all scattered, but the moment power is applied, they snap into line. The soldiers in the middle stand straight, while those at the edges tilt outward. This arrangement, with the center straight and the edges tilted, makes light slow down far more in the center than it does at the edges. So the light bends and comes to a focus, even though the lens feels flat. To light, it acts like a convex lens. That's exactly why it never needs to be shaped like a regular traditional lens to fully correct your vision. Instead of merely simply changing the lens shape, we're changing its internal properties. So where's the liquid crystal glasses switch? Is it like an LCD TV and need a remote? No. A microchip is hidden right in the temple of the glasses. It's the commander of this million-strong army. And even better, it doesn't just switch on and off. With precise voltage control, you can freely choose any degree you like. It's like wearing a smart, virtual, and flexible shape-shifting lens right outside your own eyes. But the biggest challenge for this technology wasn't changing focus. It was speed. Here's an example. Just imagine having to wait briefly to see your phone clearly. After a few steps, you'd be dizzy. So the NYCU team made a key breakthrough. They found a unique special driving waveform. At top speed, it kicks all those soldiers into place. Then, how fast is that? Around the millisecond level. For example, a human blink takes about 300 milliseconds. So you can imagine, it switches faster than you can blink. If this tech is amazing, why hasn't it reached optical shops? The reason is simple. Early liquid crystal lenses had two fatal flaws that kept them in the lab. First, the view was small. Second, poor image. The old design greatly limited by its electrodes, so the aperture stayed small. So when you wore those old glasses, it was just like looking through a straw. Your central vision might be clear, but everything around it is a blind spot. With tunnel vision like that, even on a flat road, you could still walk into a pole. Then the image quality. When light passed through older liquid crystals, chromatic dispersion could easily occur, or the image would look hazy. It was like wearing glasses smeared with oil for 3 days. That kind of quality might be fine for lab experiments, but as a formal professional vision-correcting medical device, people would tear it apart. So NYCU and Innolux made improvements. They didn't just make the liquid crystals switch faster, they also used special electrode designs and better materials to break those physical limits. Current test data show that this new lens has gotten rid of tunnel vision. Its field of view is almost the same as that of regular glasses, and what you see is no longer some blurry, grainy lab image, but a sharp, clean, high-contrast view of the real world. But wait, don't get too excited yet. In the tech world, there's a pretty scary curse. It's called Valley of Death. Valley of Death. What does that mean? It means nearly 99% of inventions may look truly amazing in the lab. But if they can't be mass-produced or cost a fortune, they sadly die early on the way to market eventually. So you can see them, but you can never really have them. But the liquid crystal lens we're covering today is truly practical. It's not like we have to spend billions on new factories. We can just use existing equipment. No need to start over. It's like Magikarp evolving straight into Gyarados. They used older Gen 3.5 panel lines. These older, outdated machines, which might otherwise be phased out, are actually ideal for making large aperture liquid crystal lenses. One glass substrate goes in, and hundreds of lenses come out. So basically, it uses existing automated production lines, high yield and lower costs. It's industrial scale copy and paste. This isn't just an academic breakthrough. It's also a smart industrial solution with real mass production potential. It's no longer a mere expensive lab toy, but a real, reliable path to lower prices and the key ticket into our daily lives. As promising as this is, when can we actually buy one? Even if the tech is ready, I still have to cool things down. From a simple lab prototype to something you can easily wear, there are still 3 real-world hurdles. The first is weight. Electronic glasses need power, and batteries are heavy. Glasses over 20 grams strain the nose. No one wants to go out wearing bulky swim goggles, or be halfway through a drive when the battery dies, and you're suddenly nearsighted again. That'd be even worse. Then comes the second hurdle. It can't read your mind. It may refocus fast, but how does it accurately know whether you're looking at your phone or at a cat crossing the road? Eye tracking uses too much power, but manual switching is too much of a hassle. To make the glasses understand you, we still need smarter algorithms. And of course, the last hurdle is regulation. This will be a professional vision-correcting medical device, so it has to go through strict safety testing and approval. As you can imagine, that usually takes years. So the cutting-edge research may be truly promising. But before it becomes a lightweight, safe, and reliable product, we still need to give engineers more time. Lastly, let's look a little farther ahead. This technology isn't just for glasses. It may appear in future devices we use every day, like AR and VR headsets. Have you ever used VR? Does it make you feel dizzy and nauseous? It's not because you're weak. It's because your brain is conflicted. When you look at something up close in VR, your brain thinks it needs to focus, but the screen is still far away. That mismatch, where your brain wants to focus, but your eyes don't, causes motion sickness. And this liquid crystal lens with millisecond autofocus could be the fix. Then, AI robots. Traditional lenses rely on motors to move in and out, noisy, slow, and easy to break. But the liquid crystal lens is like a digital eye. No mechanical parts, durable and wear-resistant. That means human eye-level focusing speed. It's basically ideal. Changing lifestyles and longer lifespans. Age-related vision decline matters far more than ever. We're talking about presbyopia today, but core liquid crystal lens technology is about the digitization of vision. With AI computing power and human-machine interfaces evolving, I believe that in the future, we'll have more mature tools that help us keep enjoying a brave new vision. Did you enjoy today's episode? What else would you like to learn deeply about organ aging? If you want to know more about vision decline or other anti-aging technologies, be sure to keep watching our show. And don't forget to subscribe. Join Team Health. Let's stay healthy together.